The Case of Kelsey Berreth.
This is the face of a woman who has no idea she is living her final hour. It's Thanksgiving Day, 2018. Kelsey Berreth walks into a Safeway in Woodland Park, Colorado, adjusting her daughter's car seat in the cart. She's worried about groceries, holiday plans, and the cold November air. She doesn't know that the man she loves is already waiting for her at home with a blunt instrument. In 60 minutes, this mundane errand will become a digital ghost story, the last time the world would ever see Kelsey Berreth alive. A text message pings. "It's Thanksgiving Day. I'll see you soon," it reads. But for 29-year-old Kelsey Berreth, soon would never come. While the rest of the country sat down for dinner, a young mother was being erased. No body, no weapon. Just a series of digital breadcrumbs leading into the dark heart of the Colorado wilderness. A scream echoes down the empty street, but no one is there to hear it. Kelsey was the person you wanted as a neighbor. A flight instructor with a steady hand and a warm smile. She lived for her 1-year-old daughter, Kaylee. She was grounded, responsible, and seemingly happy with her fiancé, Patrick Frazee. To the outside world, they were the perfect rural couple, pilot and a rancher building a life in the shadow of Pikes Peak. Life was ordinary, a routine of morning flights and quiet evenings, until it wasn't. But Patrick Frazee wasn't the man Kelsey thought he was. Behind the rugged rancher exterior was a master manipulator who had spent months whispering poison into the ear of an old flame. Crystal Lee, he painted Kelsey as a monster, an abusive alcoholic who needed to be taken care of. He suggested poisoned coffee. He suggested a pipe to the head. Friends saw the distance in Kelsey's eyes, a flickering unease. But no one could have predicted the psychological warfare Patrick was waging. November 22nd, 2018. CCTV captures Kelsey carrying her daughter into a grocery store, a plastic jug of water in her hand. It is the last time she is seen alive. Hours later, inside her quiet Woodland Park condo, the silence is shattered. No screamingly the words, "Please stop." Then the line goes dark. Kelsey Berreth vanishes, leaving behind a baby, a cold dinner, and a trail of blood that someone is already rushing to scrub away. What happened next would haunt the state for years. When Kelsey's mother reports her missing 10 days later, the trail is freezing. Patrick claims they broke up. He says she simply left. But then the pings start. Kelsey's phone is activate 100 miles away in Idaho. Detectives are baffled until they find Crystal Lee. The discoveries begin to layer. Microscopic blood spatter on the bottom of Kelsey's toilet, and a chilling confession from Crystal, who claims she spent hours scrubbing a crime scene. Crystal leads them to a ranch where a burn pit holds the final, charred secrets of a life stolen. The trial was a descent into depravity. Crystal Lee took a plea deal to testify, describing how Patrick used a baseball bat while their daughter was in the next room. Patrick Frazee sat stone-faced as the jury delivered their verdict, guilty on all counts. He was sentenced to life without parole, plus 156 years, 1 year for every bone in the human body he tried to destroy. The truth was finally out, but the cost was unbearable. Today, a small memorial stands in the Colorado mountains, but the real legacy is Kaylee, a daughter who will only know her mother through photographs and stories of the sky. The community remains haunted by the realization that evil doesn't always hide in the shadows. Sometimes it sits right across from you at the dinner table. Could this have been prevented if the red flags were seen sooner? Who really pays the price when a life is erased?
The case of Vincent Viafori.
But I don't see him. Oh my God.
Can you see the kayak still?
No, the kayak went underwater. Oh my God.
All right, we've got a boat in the water already heading down to you, okay?
Okay. The water is very cold. I'm afraid he... Oh my God.
You killed Vinny. Right? No, I'm asking you the question, and I want to hear. I want you to tell me the truth.
I am telling you the truth.
And what is the answer to that question?
I didn't want him.
Angelika, what is the true answer to that question?
All right, you need a statement.
What is it?
I wanted him dead, and now he's gone. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that.
The water was black. The air was freezing. A man is fighting for his life in the middle of the Hudson River, gasping for air as his kayak sinks beneath the surface. Above him, the person he loves most watches from the safety of her own boat. She doesn't reach out. She doesn't call for help. She simply waits for the splashing to stop. Vincent Viafori was the life of the party. A 46-year-old project manager from New York, Vinny was known for his booming laugh and his generous heart. He loved the outdoors, good music, and the simple joy of a shared drink with friends. In 2015, he thought he had finally found his missing piece in Angelika Graswald, a vibrant, free-spirited woman. Their life looked like a travel brochure full of hiking, sunsets, and smiles. But underneath the surface, the current was changing. The cracks began as quiet whispers of control. Angelika started making unusual demands. Friends noticed a shift in the couple's dynamica, strange intensity in Angelika that didn't match Vinny's laid-back nature. Behind closed doors, there was talk of a $250,000 life insurance policy. Angelika would later admit in her diary that she wished he was dead, describing him as a burden. The red flags were waving, but Vinny, blinded by affection, only saw the woman he wanted to marry. April 19th, 2015. A sunset trip to Bannerman Island. The water was choppy, the wind biting. As they began their return trip, Vinny's kayak suddenly began to take on water. He plummeted into the 40-degree waves. No life jacket, no help. For 25 minutes, he clung to the side of his vessel. Angelika watched. She didn't paddle toward him. She paddled away. By the time she called 911, the Hudson had claimed him. The investigation turned chilling almost immediately. When detectives questioned Angelika, she didn't act like a grieving fiancé. She was calm. She was playful. She even posted photos of herself cartwheeling on social media just days after Vinny vanished. Then came the forensic discovery. The drain plug on Vinny's kayak had been intentionally removed. Even more damning, a ring on his paddle had been tampered with. Police theories shifted from a tragic accident to a cold-blooded trap. They alleged she had sabotaged his boat and watched him drown to claim the payout. The breakthrough came in a shock confession during an 11-hour interrogation. Angelika admitted she felt relieved when he went under. She pleaded guilty to criminally negligent homicide, a lesser charge that sparked national outrage. In 2017, she was sentenced to a maximum of 4 years. But with time served, she walked free just weeks later. The justice system had provided a verdict, but for Vinny's family, it felt like a second betrayal. The Hudson River eventually gave up Vinny's body, but it could never return the light he brought to the world. His mother and friends are left with a void that no court sentence can fill. They remember the man, not the tragedy. But the question remains for anyone scrolling through a perfect couple's photos. How well do you know the person holding the camera? Did she love the man, or was she just waiting for the insurance to vest?